But then after looking into it, I'm like, oh no, like this is stuff that we actually experience. But essentially, it's always trying to have a positive outlook in a toxic manner, usually by denying the fact that you're in a negative emotional state.
Yeah, because I feel like usually when we say like toxic positivity, basically it's kind of when you're denying that there's something wrong,
Right.
but then you just pretend. I guess sometimes it's not necessarily pretend, it's more of like you just don't want to feel that bad, so you kind of
Right.
act like there's nothing wrong. You
Well,
know,
and there's like different forms of
you
it too.
ignore
Like,
it, I guess.
you have toxic positivity, like inward in a sense, where like that's how that's what you're putting yourself through. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like exactly like you said. You know, you're having a bad day. There's a lot of things going on in life. A lot of things possibly going wrong or negative. But
Can you move the
then
mic closer a little bit?
it's too heavy.
So,
But then
yeah, there you go.
But then what happens is you want to project that you're always happy and positive, even though internally that is not how you really feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's kind of like right now when you kind of told me you had a low week,
Mm-hmm.
I guess a form of toxic positivity would be me commenting and say, oh, well, you'll get over it. Or
Yeah.
it'll pass in a couple days.
Because I'm guilty of that too. I mean, I used to be like I used to tell people just get over it, be positive, like it's not that big of a deal. Like that's like so. Now that like recently, I just realized that that's such a toxic thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously you want them to, you want to cheer up the person, or if you want to cheer yourself up, but then
Right.
like there's days that sometimes you just accept that it's like fuck, like
Yeah.
life sucks right now.
Right.
You know?
I think what it is, it's more, you need to be more supportive in those situations versus trying to have your own opinion or perspective of the matter, right? Because
Yeah.
if someone is going through a very negative emotion, you know, whether you're angry or you're sad, something happened, you didn't get the job that you wanted, unless you're that person, you're really not going to be able to 100% know what it's like to feel that feeling that they're feeling. You know, so instead of trying to make them feel better by saying, oh, you know, it's going to be okay, you know, better things will come, you know, just be positive about the situation. I think it's more of understanding that they're in that emotional state and saying, you know what, I know it sucks right now,
Yeah.
and it's okay, you know, and maybe that be it, you know, and maybe ask them what is it that they need, you know, and versus you telling them like, you know, what you need to do is just be positive. You know, because stuff sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it really, really does suck.